Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Stamping Fun with Donna. Today we have a card that is using the Dragonfly Garden stamp set, which is found in the new January to June 2021 mini catalog. I love this set. It has so many interesting things. I've done a lot with the dragonflies, but today I thought I would just go ahead and just use the flowers. And I love the sort of almost monochromatic coloring scheme. There's a little bit of color in here, but you can use this card for anything you want. So let's head over to the stamping table and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, before we get started, I just want to say if you like this video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up and a subscription to my YouTube channel. It really helps me out a lot. As I usually do, I have pre-cut everything. And I'm not going to give you the sizes and dimensions right here, but if you look below, I have linked my website, www.stampingfunwithdonna.com, and the exact page of this, and you can see all the sizes and dimensions and directions there. I'm going to place the card up here. As you can see, I've pre-cut everything. We have here our card base, and we have here basic black and basic gray. And what we're going to do to start is to just adhere them to the cardstock. Now, usually I'm a straight girl. I like things on here straight. But for this card, I kind of thought it would be fun to sort of angle things. I'm trying to get a little bit out of my comfort zone and do a little bit more angling. So I'm just using the Stampin' Seal. Whoops. I just finished that Stampin' Seal. Okay, I'm going to have to refill that. And place this like so that you can see all the colors on all four sides. There we go. Beautiful. And then we have a piece of white. And on the piece of white, we are going to go ahead and stamp with our tuxedo black the flower from the Dragonfly Garden. So you see here is the flower. It's beautiful. And I'm just going to go ahead and ink it up with the tuxedo black. Make sure it's nice and inky. There we go. And place it up and down like this, straight down, rub on it to make sure to get all the ink off and onto the page, and voila, it's beautiful. Now, I can see here I'm a little bit high. I think the inked image is fine, but there are two sides to every piece of paper, and I would probably prefer to have the flower all the way down. So let me go ahead and grab a piece like so to protect my work surface and try this one more time with this slightly lower. There we go. And see if I like this one better, but I can use either side. So rub it, make sure I get everything there onto it. And I do like that a little bit better. So we'll go ahead and use that. Now for today's project, like I said, it's mostly monochromatic, but it does have a little bit of Stampin' Blends. So I have here our light and dark Daffodil Delight, our light and dark Granny Apple Green, and our dark soft suede. So I'm going to be using the small end of the light Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going to run this over very quickly, not paying too much attention over these flowers. Now, I will tell you, I like them when they're a little bit, there's a little bit of white, there's a little bit of yellow, where it's not too carefully done. So that's the way I've done it. I am going to take also the bullet end of the dark one and just sort of do a little splash of darker color down the middle, like so. There we go. And I lost the cap. Let me grab that. And then go back again with the light, but I am leaving the tips white because I prefer it if they're not completely filled in. There we go. Okay, I think we have all those flowers now. Now what I'm going to do here is to take the dark soft suede, is that correct? Yes, dark crumb cake. And I'm going to take the small end again, and I'm just going to fill in these tops because they have a touch of brown on them. Great. Now I'm going to take the light Granny Apple Green, and I want this end, and I'm just going to run it down all of these stalks. just to give it just a little bit of green color and get it into some of these leaves as well. So let me go ahead and run these down these stalks. Beautiful. Okay. I think that's mostly it. Now I'm going to come back here and just get some color on some of these leaves, like so. And you don't have to be very precise. You don't have to be precise at all, to be perfectly honest. Just trying to get some color in here, just a little bit. I don't want it to be very colorful. I want this one to be mostly monochromatic. So I'm just looking for just a little bit of color, a little bit of shading in these by using the light and the dark. And I'm going to leave the stalks just with the dark. I'm going to add a little bit here to some of these leaves. But you don't have to do every one, but you just want to get a little bit of color here and there, like so. Okay. Now I'm going to come back to the light granny apple green, add just a little bit more in a couple of places so that there's just a little bit more color, and grab the light Daffodil Delight and add to some of these little, they're not quite flowers, but they're not quite not flowers. I'm not 100% sure what to call them, but if we just add a little bit of yellow, a little bit of the Daffodil Delight like that, we're just adding just a little bit more of color to it, but without getting too much. So the next step is to use the white baker's twine. So I have that here. This actually comes from the snail mail set, and it comes with white and also with Blushing Bride. You get both of those baker twines at the same moment, at the same in the same package. So I'm just going to clean this up just a little bit. Now I'm going to take this and just wrap it around. I'm not going to be careful at all. I'm just going to wrap it around a couple times. There we go. Let's wrap this one this way. Okay, I just need a little bit more on that end. There we go. And then spread these out. Every time you do these, they're slightly different, but that's what makes it so interesting. And then I'm going to tie, I think I'm going to tie this one a little bit on the side. So I'm just going to tie it right here. And this one I can see I cut it a little bit smaller. So I'm probably just going to make a tie rather than a bow. The last time I did this, I made a bow because I had a little bit more room to work with. But this time I'll just make it into a knot. Just push it through. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And see, whether you do a knot or whether you do a bow, either way, it looks really pretty. So now what we're going to do is on the back here, and you can see where we originally did it, and I wanted it a little bit lower. I'm just going to put some liquid glue. Now, I prefer to use liquid glue for this part because I'm trying to get the thread, the baker's twine, to be glued down at the same time. And then just place this here in the middle, like so. And there you go. That's all there is to this card. Oops, came out just a little bit. Let me grab that with my finger. Great, which is why I end up with sticky fingers all the time. So there you go. That's our card. That's all there was to it today. It's a beautiful card that you can use for any occasion. So again, if you like this video, I'd love a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. If you look below, you'll have all the information on where my website is. It's www.stampingfunwithdonna.com, and you can get all the sizes, dimensions, my specials. You can sign up for my newsletter because you'll definitely want to get that. So thank you so much for spending some time with me. Have a great day. Bye.